Two things just happened that Nigerians are talking about right now. Peter Obi has been confirmed for the next G-100 coalition meeting, and people are already asking if Atiku is trying to use him again after his first coalition attempt failed. And separately, VeryDarkMan has just fired back at one of Nigeria's most respected lawyers, Femi Falana, and it has got people picking sides. Let's get into both. Let's start with the coalition update. The G-100 has officially listed its expected participants for the next opposition summit, and Peter Obi's name is confirmed to be there, representing the NDC. Now, here's the theory a lot of people are floating. Atiku already tried building a coalition once before, and it fell apart. So this time, the read is that he knows he can't win alone, and Obi's popularity, the same pulling power we saw back in 2023 and in the last coalition, might be exactly what he needs to make this attempt work where the last one didn't. The G-100's own statement is careful here. They say cooperation doesn't require any party to disappear into another, and that the first question isn't who leads the ticket, it is what the parties are prepared to do together. So, according to them, 5 working groups are being set up to negotiate the actual terms over the next 4 weeks. And it is worth understanding exactly who is expected in that room, because this isn't just Obi and Atiku sitting alone. The G-100 says national chairmen and party leadership from 6 opposition parties will attend: the ADC, APM, NDC, PDP, PRP and SDP, and most importantly, the presidential candidates and their running mates are expected to, alongside members of the minority caucus in the House of Representatives. So, this is a much bigger gathering than a two-man conversation. The G-100 has also been clear about what this first meeting is not meant to do. According to their statement, this summit isn't going to set who becomes the presidential candidate, and it is not going to finalize what cooperation even looks like. Its actual purpose is narrower than that: to set up the formal structure through which those bigger questions get negotiated later transparently over the coming weeks. So don't expect an announcement of a joint ticket from this meeting. What you should expect is the beginning of a process. So officially, nothing about a joint ticket has been decided, but with Obi confirmed to attend, the speculation isn't going away anytime soon. Let me ask you something. Do you think this is a genuine coalition attempt, or Atiku positioning to use Obi's popularity again? Drop your honest take in the comment section. Let's move to the second story. Now to something completely different, but just as heated. Femi Falana, a senior advocate of Nigeria, criticized the NBA for inviting VeryDarkMan to their 2026 conference in the first place. His argument on Chinese television was that NBA conferences should be for intellectual engagement, not what he implied was entertainment. Falana didn't just stop at questioning the invitation either. He specifically said the NBA used to bring in people who could engage lawyers intellectually, people the association could actually learn from. His exact words were that professional conferences shouldn't turn into entertainment platforms, especially not when the discussion involves something as serious as national security. And remember, this all comes back to VDM's original comment at the same conference, accusing the Nigerian police force of aiding kidnapping in the country. So in Falana's view, it wasn't just about who VDM is, it was about whether someone without established legal or professional credentials should be the one making an accusation that serious on that kind of stage. Well, VDM didn't stay quiet. Listen to exactly what he says his real disappointment was, because it is not what you would expect.
Alright, I've listened to different submissions from some set of people that seem to be bitter, angry and upset that VeryDarkMan was invited to the NBA conference themed Beyond Limit to come and speak as a panelist in a topic called Unknown Gunmen. So a lot of people have dropped their submission and a lot of them are pointless. But then again, I listened to Femi Falana. When I listened to Femi Falana, I'm not going to lie to you, I was so disappointed in the great Femi Falana. I was really disappointed. But then again, after he spoke, I understood why a lot of them were upset. Femi Falana gave me the answer as to why a lot of this set of people seem to be very upset. This set of lawyers, this set of elites, this set of noble people, as they claim. I understand why they are so upset. And after Femi Falana gave his own submission, he said something. He said, but you just go and bring somebody from nowhere. And that is the problem. Their problem is that the son of a nobody was invited. That is just simply what has been going on the media. And Femi Falana just made it clear to me. You just go and bring somebody from nowhere who know him, who is his father, who knows his family, where's his family name, like who are they, what do they have, what business do they have, what empire do they have. The problem these people have is that the son of a nobody was invited to come and speak where elites are seated, where no names are seated. Who is this person? Who is this son of a poor man? Who is this son of a nobody that want to feel like a somebody? Who invited him in our midst? Who is this nobody? You know, this has been the problem. Classism. This is a bunch of classists. All of them, I listened to what they have said. I listened to their summation. Why would they invite VeryDarkMan? Why would they invite VeryDarkMan? Somebody like VeryDarkMan. Who is VeryDarkMan that was invited? I listened to a lot of them. None of them could make any sense to me until he spoke and I understood what it was. This son of a nobody was invited to their conference, and that is the problem. Then they go and max it up with this talk of, oh, you would have invited a security expert. Which security expert are you talking about? Security expert that advise them that when they arrest Boko Haram that have killed millions, they should rehabilitate them and send them back to the society? Is that the security expert we are talking about? Which nonsense security expert are we talking about here? You are maxing your hypocrisy, your classism self in is not an expert of security. What expert are we talking about? I'm going to ask the great Femi Falana and the likes of him that believe, that think this way, a question. Lately, in the last few years, I have been present where all these things have happened. I have seen things that a lot of security experts have not seen. This is not about book. It's not about book. It's about experience. And when you want to talk about security, security is for everybody. Security is not for some set of people. And this has been the problem. Because people feel you are too good. You know better about security than everybody else. The kind of things when I don't see, a lot of them I never see for this country when it comes to waiting this unknown or no gunmen don't do people. But of course, you people don't care. Because now the poor masses now in this stuff. How would you care? How would you care? What took me there? I made it known because I know saying waiting poor people they go through. I spoke up what the poor people are going through, and because this government cannot do it, I spoke in the presence of these people where they could hear it properly. I spoke on behalf of the poor masses. I spoke on behalf of the poor people. I spoke on behalf of the people that don't have a voice. But yet you people are not happy because the son of nobody was seen in your midst. And now talking about law, this bunch of clowns are telling me that law is a noble profession. Well, lately law has not been a noble profession. I'm sorry to say. I'm not even sorry to say. It is what it is. Lately, when people want justice, who do they call? They call VeryDarkMan. You're not ashamed. Are you not ashamed to be a lawyer in this country? That people don't longer believe in the justice system of this country. They believe in VeryDarkMan type of justice. Are you not ashamed? And you have the audacity to say law is a noble profession. A noble profession that rich men are buying judgment every day. That the poor don't believe that they can get justice in the court. What is noble about that? When people can pay for judgment, what is noble about that? Have you forgotten the meaning of noble? You come here and talk. Most of the lawyers that were talking on Twitter and these so-called lawyers that have been bringing up their submission, I have won more cases and giving people justice more than most of you put together. Should I start telling you how much I've recovered? You come online and you talk. I'm just looking at them. I was trying to make sense. Until Femi Falana spoke. What have you people stood up for in this country? So these so-called lawyers that are talking, what have you stood up for in Nigeria? What have you stood up for? You don't talk anything before we make any sense. We're going to bring change for this country. At least I can trace what I have done. I said judges. They don't kidnap judges. How many of them don't talk? But now you feel like, oh, law is a noble profession. Somebody like VeryDarkMan should not come and talk. But VeryDarkMan, people tag him every day for justice. The justice system of this country have crumbled. It's not the country where the people that you want them to come and speak, a bunch of thieves, people that have stolen our country's wealth before. It's not you people hailing politicians. You feel like politicians are better than me? Go and check my record. I've never stolen before. I've never defrauded anybody before. Go and check what these people have done to this country to bring down this country, to bring this country down to its knees, to what it is today. I've not contributed to those things. I'm trying in my own little way to make it better. But then again, you feel like VeryDarkMan is not. To be honest, if not for that topic, I would not be there. It's the topic. If not for that topic, you won't catch me in a place like that. What am I going there to do? I even emphasized that I'm not here to teach you the law. What do I know about the law that I want to teach you? You know better. You know better. And that's why people are able to manipulate it and collect money for judgment and stop judges from giving judgment. Look at this bunch of useless lawyers. A lot of you are a bunch of useless. You know the word useless. You know what it means. That means you are not useful. A lot of people are in the prison awaiting trial for 10 years. They have not been able to get the judge to even listen to them. Awaiting trial in prison. People are languishing in prison because they are waiting trial. You're not talking about the justice system of the country that is. Of course, now poor people, children, they for inside prison. Why would you care? Why would you care? Instead of you people to be fighting, instead of you to fight, that judgment will be very, very swift. That they'll stop adjourning cases over and over and over again. You have the audacity to come and tell VeryDarkMan, even you, Some of you that are not even practicing. Mind you, law is one of the brokest profession we have in the country because we never talk am. Law is one of the brokest profession. One of the poorest profession in this country is law. How many lawyers get work? How many lawyers they go court? Ask yourself, man. And every year they'll say they don't pass out for law school. 4,000 have passed out of law school. They'll go to sell their sheets. Plenty of them go to sell their sheet. They'll enter real estate. You can ask them, oh, I'm a lawyer, I'm not practicing. You cannot practice with the kind of justice system we have in this country. You can't. You're talking to VeryDarkMan. Can you stand in that crowd and speak? You go, they shake, you go vibrate. You know, but if you talk well. I went there. At least I am proud. I go there, I go talk am. The reason why insecurity will not stop is because these people are benefiting from it. What did I say that is bad? Again, I said if cows don't move, people don't die in Benue. What did I say that is bad? I never insulted anybody. I simply just said it to their face because I know that now my own people, they suffer bad. People will come from the street, people will come from the ghetto. Now them be sacrificial lamb to prove, say, okay, yes, we need money. Because the more people die of insecurity, the more these people that benefit from it get more budget, get more funding to tackle the insecurity that they're benefiting from. How does that not make sense to you? You are coming, VeryDarkMan say, cow is for laundry. They are laundering with cows.
Frankly speaking, he wasn't upset that Femi Falana disagreed with him. He was upset about the reasoning, that the real issue, in his words, was that the son of nobody was invited. Sincerely speaking, that is a very different complaint than just, he doesn't respect me. And that is really the heart of this disagreement. Falana's argument is about credentials. Who has earned the right to speak on serious national issues? And VDM argument is about class. Whether people without the right background get taken seriously at all. And regardless of what they actually say, both of them are respected in their own spaces. Falana's a senior advocate with decades of human rights work behind him. And also, VDM has built a massive following holding public figures accountable in his own way. So, this isn't really a fight between someone credible and someone not. It's a fight over what credibility should even mean. So, who do you think has the stronger points here? Falana, that professional conferences should stay intellectual, or VDM, that is being dismissed because of where it comes from? Not what he actually said. Drop your take in the comments. Two different stories today. One about who Nigeria's opposition might be building toward in 2027, and one about who gets taken seriously in this country and why. Different topics, but both circling the same question in their own way. Access and who gets a seat at the table. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications because I have another update regarding Tinubu FBI files coming up soon, so I don't want you to miss it.
I did talk before. Poor man picking don't get influence. Things could change. The internet space is clean. They call it toxic, but it's clean. I know how these celebrities is gang up before they scam people. I know how people scam people. I know how people lie on people. I know how people frame people. Since VeryDarkMan came, a lot of these things have been hard. They hate me for it. That they cannot get away with something. They cannot come online and put something. There's somebody that will check them. And I'm happy anytime they come against me. Blah, blah, blah. See, last week for Peter, I told you something. I said, if I leave that case, I don't go. The case automatically ends. And guess what? I told them that if you don't cross me, then as I grow, I become bigger. And this is what is happening now. I see beyond, but I'll tell you what I believe and what I know for it to be true. Public sentiment don't move me. Anyways, when I go learn, and I go continue to learn the hard way.